This is a 2-pet strat for Wrathion, the battle pet tamer, not the Black Prince fight of any sort. And I went with a total or Tole hare, and any rabbit will do for this as long as they have Stampede, or if you have the Swarm, I think it is. Anything that puts the double damage debuff on them. And I went with this rabbit because its speed is like 309 and the enemy speed's 300. So part of the strat is to go first. That way the damage debuff lasts for 2 rounds instead of just 1 if you were slower. So I have Scratch and Stampede. You're not going to use Dodge. And then I have a double speed Flare Youngling. And this pet is semi-rare, actually. It was kind of hard to find. I had to hop servers repeatedly to find one. So I'm going to show a different strat at the end of the video that subs that pet out for one that's more common. And the double speed build is specific. It has to be double speed build or this strat will not work. So I have Blitz, Deflection, and Kick. And then obviously this is meant for the Elec plushie achievement, so I have a random 25 pet and that will serve its purpose towards the end of the video. So to start things off, I just use Stampede. Now when Stampede is over, use Scratch and it should kill the guy. Now if for some reason you get crit by the whatever that green bite that he does, if you get crit by that or you get crit by the other thing, you're probably not going to pull this off. You can try, but you're probably not going to pull it off. You actually need your pet to die on a specific round. Like, you want your pet to die on the second round of this, and that's because the dude uses the heal right there, and then his heal goes on a 3-round cooldown. So you want to kill him before he heals again. So I actually don't die on this attempt. So what I do is I just use Stampede again. All you're trying to do is just keep that double damage debuff up. So right there it refreshed it since I went first. So it's up for 2 rounds instead of just 1 if I was slower. So I pull in the flare. And then I'm going to use Kick to interrupt his round, just to mitigate damage. And then I'm going to use the Blitz, and it just destroys him. So, last guy comes out. I'm going to go ahead and use Blitz. He's going to throw an Elementium Bolt in the air. And use Blitz again. He's going to throw a little something at you. And then I'm going to swap out to, I could go ahead and kill him here, but I don't know if you need to swap the Elec plushie in or not to get credit for it. So I'm swapping out to this guy, which will be your Elec plushie, and he's going to eat the bolt and take the damage, take the huge brunt of the damage, and then just swap this guy back in and finish it off. So I used Kick just to interrupt his round, free damage basically, and then Blitz. So if you can't get your hands on one of them Flare Younglings double speed build, just get a Scourged Whelpling, and I'm still using the same rabbit just to keep things simple. And I have Call Darkness and Dreadful Breath. That's the only 2 things I use. I have Tail Sweep, but I don't use it. So same strategy, except when you pull this guy out, like before, he's going to have the double damage debuff on him. And you're going to use Call Darkness, and it should take him down to, if it crits him, it's going to one-shot him. But you kind of don't want it to crit him. So, Call Darkness, and then the Dreadful Breath, and the Dreadful Breath's going to hit the back row pet as well. So the new pet swaps in, and your Dreadful Breath is going to continue for 2 more rounds. And this is kind of why you don't want it to one-shot crit him. If it does crit him, just adjust and don't use Dreadful Breath. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to swap out to a random pet just to let him take the hit of that bolt that stuns you. And then swap back in. And then finish him off. And even though he kills me, and if I wasn't left a little sliver of life, I would have been able to use my anything in the undead round, which will still give you credit. And I did that multiple times, and it was very consistent, except for the times where the rabbit would get crit. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.